Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylina and I am the Hex Witch, and today I've got a video about astrology and good love partners. So let's go. Okay, so I've got a lot of notes here and there's quite a few to go through, so we're just gonna jump right in. Obviously, I'm going to put this as a precedence that obviously, astrology, yes, there's some research behind it as far as, different personality types, who works best with what sign, but it's not like for sure. So if, for instance, you've been happily married for several years and you're listening to this video and all of a sudden you realize that your signs are not necessarily compatible, don't all of a sudden feel like your marriage is going to fail just because of that. This is just what typically they find works best and what maybe doesn't work best in the different signs that coexist the best with each other. The reason I've decided to make this video is because me and my husband have made the decision that we are no longer compatible, and so as soon as our house sells, we will no longer be together. And I'm not saying that, Virgos and Aquariuses never get along, but if I had done some research and had been as into all of this as I had been before I met him, I might have seen some red flags earlier, because it is shown that Virgos and Aquariuses just do not mesh very well together. So we are going to jump right in. And obviously also keep this in mind, you are not just your sun sign, right? You are your moon sign, you are your ascendant sign, all of these combine and create a very complex person that is you. So do not just base all this information just off your sun sign, because obviously, yes, the sun sign is majority of who you are, but your moon sign is how you interpret emotions, and ascendant is kind of how the outside world sees you. So all of these can come into play, but we're going to mainly focus on the sun signs because otherwise things are just going to get super complicated. So we're going to start with Aries and then we're going to go through all of them. But Aries with an Aries, so they do not like to be like inferior to the other. Aries likes to be kind of dominant. So if they're, butting heads together because both wants to be dominant, then that's probably not going to work out particularly well. If they have other interests outside of each other, then it's a possibility that it could work. Aries and Taurus, maybe two different. Taurus is a homebody and Aries is not. They are also very opposite when it comes to money. Taurus is very good with money and Aries likes to spend money. Gemini and Aries, they're a good match. Both love to talk. They share a lot of compatibility and their minds mesh very well together. Aries and Cancer, this will not work out very well. Cancers are too cautious for Aries, and Aries hates being tied down. They do not like to be tied down. And you'll kind of see this throughout certain signs, like for instance, Aquarius, Aries, even Gemini. Like these signs do not like to be tied down. Even Libra, as sweet as Libra is, they're not always there emotionally for people because they can be a little bit self-absorbed. They're very kind and very giving, but they can be a little bit self-absorbed. Aries and Leo, sexually, it's a go. However, both can have large egos that neither will give up. Can work if they can compromise. Aries and Virgo, these two make war and not love. Aries has many broad ideas that Virgo is just automatically going to turn down. Both are too stubborn for their own good. Aries and Libra, good affair, bad marriage. Libra wants peace and Aries wants adventure. Aries and Scorpio, unstable, too similar in personality. They will butt heads. Aries and Sagittarius, these two work well. Both are very adventurous and both active and spontaneous. They will enjoy each other's company. Aries and Capricorn, much like Virgo, this is not going to be a good match together. Aries is too fiery and impulsive, and Capricorn is too settled in their own ways, and they are very much practical. So next you have Aries and Aquarius. These guys can be well suited in temperament. Both are adventurous and very independent. Aries and Pisces, good match. Aries has a boldness and a confidence, and it's complemented by Pisces' intuition. Next you have Taurus and all their matches. So Taurus will work with another Taurus as long as they have enough activities outside of themselves and hobbies as not to get bored with one another. Gemini, not a great match. Taurus is constant and stable. Gemini is flighty and restless. Taurus is too demanding. Gemini needs too much stimulation. Cancer, both home lovers. Cancer needs a strong sign like Taurus to depend on. Taurus likes Cancer's loyalty, and it's usually a harmonious match. Leo and Taurus, not great. Taurus likes order. Leo likes a larger-than-life existence. Taurus finds Leo to be a bit too much. Virgo, this is a great pairing with Taurus. Both are homebodies. Both are perfectionists. They work well with money, and they have a lot in common with each other. Libra may start out good, but may not be long-lasting. Money will become a problem. Libra loves to spend money. Taurus is a little bit more picky on what they're spending their money on. Scorpio, both these signs are a bit too possessive. Odds are it won't end well. Sagittarius, these two are going to butt heads as well because Sagittarius is a free spirit and Taurus is much more of a stable, grounded, homebody. Sagittarius doesn't like to be held down. And Sag usually is a little bit more open-minded than Taurus, so not probably going to work particularly well. So next you have Capricorn with Taurus, and yes, this is going to make a good match because both are very similar in temperaments. Capricorn is a very hard worker, successful. They both have similar money ideals. They will feel very secure within each other. Aquarius and Taurus, not so much. They're a little bit too different. Taurus is conservative while Aquarius is unconventional. Aquarius doesn't like to be tied down by slightly possessive Taurus. And then Pisces and Taurus. These two will work together well. They complement each other. Taurus grounds Pisces, and Taurus is devoted, and Pisces is adoring. Pisces is patient, and most of the time will go with the flow, which is good for opinionated Taurus, because Taurus can be a wee bit opinionated and kind of wants to have things their way. Next, we've got Gemini, and so Gemini with Gemini, they will not bore each other. There's a lot of conversation that happens. They will get along really well because there will never be a dull moment. But they will have a lot of fun while they're together. However, both having two Geminis, you're going to get a lot of restless energy, so it may not last forever. With Cancer, Gemini makes Cancer feel insecure with their flirtatious vibes. Cancer enjoys being domestic, and Gemini hates being tied down. Not a great partnership. Leo, they will enjoy each other. They will, however, be trying to upstage one another. Leo loves the spotlight, and Gemini also does as well. However, for the most part, they enjoy upstaging each other, and it's usually friendly. They are both extroverted and very playful in nature. Virgo, so Gemini is too scatterbrained for Virgo. Virgo is very much an organized human being. They like structure, and Gemini is kind of a little bit all over the place, so not so much. Virgo finds Gemini superficial, and Virgos are extremely boring to Geminis. Next you have Libra. They are likely to agree on everything. Neither are combative in nature, and they make a really good match. Scorpio, sex life is great, but outside of that, these two don't see eye to eye. Gemini is too casual for always suspicious Scorpio. Sagittarius, they love each other's minds. These two can be argumentative, however, but both crave freedom. These two are probably both too impulsive to make it work very well. Capricorn, just no. These are total opposites. They do not attract in this case. Capricorn's dull, steady routine will drag Gemini's high spirits to the ground. Aquarius, These two will get along great. Love meeting new people, have a thirst for travel. These two are devoted, affectionate lovers. Even if they break up, odds are they will still stay friends after the fact. Pisces. Pisces is too sensitive to Gemini's lack of thoughtfulness. Gemini craves freedom while Pisces likes to be admired. Gem feels claustrophobic with Pisces. So next you have Cancer, and so a Cancer with a Cancer is going to be very sensitive. They're going to possibly be too dependent on each other, and they need a lot of coddling and reassurance from each other, which they may not get. Leo and Cancer, these two are different but can complement each other well. Leo helps Cancer be less insecure, while Cancer knows how to handle Leo's flamboyance. Virgo, these two will work well together, both knows what the other needs. Libra is too detached to care for Cancer's moodiness. Libra can be shallow with their emotions and can be too possessive. These two are not going to be a great pairing together. Scorpio. This is going to be a great match. Cancer can be possessive, but Scorpio doesn't mind as they get jealous very easily. Scorpio appreciates Cancer's emotional commitment, while Cancer loves Scorpio's strength. Sagittarius. Sagittarius can be faithless and flighty, which doesn't bode well with temperamental Cancer. Cancer is a homebody, while Sagittarius loves to roam and is very adventurous, so odds are they are not going to work well. Capricorn. Capricorn, these are polarities within the zodiac, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to work. Capricorn will put their career in front of their significant other pretty much every single time. They are very career-driven, very success-driven, and sometimes relationships get put by the wayside, which might not be great for Cancer because they're very emotional, so if you're too aloof, they're going to take that as a personal offense. If they can work out their differences, it's a possibility. So Aquarius, no, Aquarius is too aloof and Cancer is too codependent. Aquarius is not emotionally available for sensitive Cancer, and that is true because I was married to an Aquarius and we were getting divorced now, and as much as Virgos tend to be very independent, I think I definitely take more off of my moon sign when it comes to love relationships because I am a Cancer as my moon sign. And so obviously that Cancer governs over the moon and emotions. So there is a bit more of a codependence than I even thought I had, but realizing being in a relationship that I do need a little bit more of that support, even though I'm Scorpio ascendant and Virgo sun sign, which, you would think would make for pretty independence, but Scorpio does tend to get pretty jealous in love, and so if they're not getting the attention that they need, they may not feel very comfortable in their relationship. And then Pisces, very effective and sensitive couple. These two make a great pair. They emotionally understand each other. Next you have Leo and their pairs. So Leo with a Leo, these are going to be very grand lovers, but they're going to be interesting rivals as well, because neither of them are going to want to share the spotlight. They're going to have a lot of fun times together because Leos are very social, they're very active, they're very fun to be around, but when you're competing for a spotlight like that, it may cause a little bit of problems. As long as they can figure out who's going to be in charge, you might have a good match there. So Virgo and Leo. You're probably going to want to look elsewhere just because Virgo is going to find Leo a little bit on the too much side, almost ranging on the obnoxious side. Virgos are pretty down to earth, so they don't understand the exuberance that Leo sends out into the world, which isn't a bad thing. It's just Virgo is going to find Leo to be a little bit too into themselves. And Virgo is probably going to be way too boring for Leo because Virgo is very grounded, very stable. They know what they want out of life, and they want to be stable. And Leo is very much a free spirit, so probably not going to work particularly well. Libra with Leo works well with each other for the most part, Both may try to outdo the other for attention. Both are very artistic and love to like a beautiful life. Be careful on spending the money though, because both of them love nice things and they will go to spare no expense. And that could get them into some trouble. Scorpio. The Scorpion is too temperamental for Leo. Scorpio finds Leo to be a show-off. Both want to dominate the other in a show-off that won't end well. So Sagittarius. These two will work great together. Both are fun, loving, adventure type, and freedom-seeking. Sorry, my nose is really itchy today. Okay. Next you have Capricorn. So Capricorn can't give the lion the devotion it needs. Cap doesn't like indulgences, but Leo is all about it. This relationship is doomed to fail. Aquarius. Too aloof to make Leo feel loved enough, and too critical for the lion. Leo needs a lot of attention and leaves Aquarius feeling irritable because Aquariuses are pretty aloof in their emotions and they don't even always know how to share them. Aquarius is too independent for Leo. Pisces, these two don't sync well together either. Pisces is too dreamy for action-driven Leo. While Leo loves the spotlight, Pisces doesn't mind being backstage. So they're going to conflict in how they, interact. Leo loves to be out in the open, loves to be social. Pisces, not so much. Next you have Virgo and their matches. So Virgo with a Virgo can work well just because they know each other so well and it's going to be a very stable, grounded relationship. However, with that being said, there's not a lot of excitement being brought to the table, so they may get a little bit bored of each other. But if they have enough outside things, then it's going to be a very sensitive and intelligent and a responsible relationship. Okay, so Virgo and Libra. These two are going to be very different in personality-wise. Libra is a very social butterfly, and Virgo is not. So these two are probably not going to complement each other very well. Scorpio, these two have a good odds. Scorpio makes Virgo feel protected. Both admire each other's minds. Both can have a difficult time expressing themselves, but once they learn each other, this can be a really positive match. Sagittarius, nope. These two are gonna butt heads every single time. They really are like polar opposites in the way that they view and live in the world. So probably not advisable. Capricorn. These two signs mesh exceedingly well together because they both tend to be perfectionists. They work well with the need for success and both have a very strong sense of purpose and are very disciplined in their endeavors. Aquarius. Like I said, I'm a Virgo. My husband was an Aquarius. This does not work well. Virgos are going to be way too naggy for Aquarius, and Aquarius is way too freedom and aloof to meet the needs that Virgo is wanting from them. There's little follow-through because Aquarius has grand ideas, but their follow-through is kind of crappy, and Virgo is very much a perfectionist. So these two are just not going to get along very well. Pisces. These two are not sexually inclined to get along. Pisces is maybe too dreamy for the very grounded energy that Virgo gives off. Next we have Libra. So Libra and a Libra, this is going to be a pretty decent match. They are both lively and warm, but may need a stronger sign to balance them out. Because they know each other so well, boredom may become a problem. Scorpio. Scorpio can be too moody for Libra, as Libra doesn't like conflict. Libra may feel like their feelings must be kind of pushed down and suppressed to appease a very hot-headed Scorpio. Sagittarius, yes. Both of these are very free-spirited in nature signs. They are very highly romantic signs when they're put together. Sagittarius loves Libra's charm, and Libra loves Sag's sense of adventure. This makes a very delightful relationship. So next you have Capricorn with Libra. Libra needs a lot of attention, but Capricorn, much like Virgo, is going to kind of keep their cards hidden, and they don't always show their emotions very well. So Libra's a bit too easygoing for rigid Cap's liking. Aquarius, this could be a good match. We'll have a beautiful friendship as well as love life. Both are very artistic in nature and have a free spirit. Pisces is too needy for Libra, who wants most of the attention to themselves. Libra's love language is too insecure for Pisces. They are both sentimental and affectionate beings, however. So next you have Scorpio. So Scorpio with the Scorpio, this is fire with fire. So pretty much two hotheads together, which is probably not going to go overly well. This is not a, this is too temperamental of a duo for it to work. Sagittarius, Sag is too free-spirited for Scorpio, and they're a little bit too open-minded in relationships to keep possessive Scorpio happy. Sag needs adventure, lots of change, and Scorpio typically just wants security. Capricorn, these two have a sense of purpose together. Scorpio makes Cap feel secure. Both are ambitious and determined. They will have a good financial success if they end up together. Aquarius. So Aquarius is too impersonal for Scorpio. Scorpio likes to dominate and will not understand Aquarius's detachment for love, because that is definitely a problem. Pisces. So Pisces sparks creativity in Scorpio, and Pisces has no problem giving Scorpio the devotion that they want. Pisces is intuitive, and it meshes well with Scorpio's deep emotional range. So next up you have Sagittarius. Sagittarius with a Sagittarius, each have too many outside interests to keep each other together, and eventually they will drift apart. Capricorn and Sagittarius, again, not going to work particularly well. Capricorn is very grounded. They need structure. They need organization. They are perfectionist. Sagittarius is the exact opposite, very free-spirited, open-minded, and so they are not going to work super great, especially since Capricorn tends to be a little bit more on the loner side, and Sagittarius is a very social human being. Aquarius, this is going to work well because both are aloof enough that neither is going to tie the other one down, and both of these signs hate to be tied down. They share the same ideas for love and life, so they are going to be well matched together. Pisces. Pisces is in it for a long-term relationship, while Sagittarius can tend to be a little bit flighty when it comes to relationships. They're not always in it for long-term. They kind of go wherever the wind takes them, and whenever it's time for them to leave, they're going to leave. And Pisces is usually one that likes a stable relationship. Next, you have Capricorn. So Cap and a Cap together, they both will have mutual respect for the other, but this match may get a little dull as neither adds much to the relationship because they're both very into whatever it is they're into, and relationship, like I said, generally comes second. An Aquarius and a Cap is not going to work too great either because Aquarius is too impersonal and Capricorn is too grounded and realistic. Aquarius likes self-expression while Capricorn likes self-discipline. So there's a big difference between the two of them. A Capricorn with a Pisces, yes, because Capricorn provides stableness while Pisces provides admiration. They will both be loyal to one another. Next you have Aquarius, an Aquarius and Aquarius. This should work. Both enjoy each other's sense of humor. Both will be attracted to the new and unusual of the world. They are rational versus emotional. And they have plenty of outside things to keep them compatible with each other. While they are together, then they have time for each other. While they're doing outside stuff, then they're not feeling like they're being tied down. Pisces. Pisces enjoys being in love, which will... they will tend to ask too much emotionally of Aquarius. So the stability between them is not going to be super great. Aquarius hates to be tied down by emotional demands, which Pisces is probably going to ask too much of them. Lastly, a Pisces, and Pisces with the Pisces. Each needs what the other cannot give. So emotionally speaking, that is, they tend to sometimes wallow in self-pity. And both would rather live in fantasy than in the real world. But let's face it, somebody has to live in reality. So a Pisces with a Pisces is probably not going to work out particularly well. All right, we went through that super fast, so you may have to go back and re-listen to some of these again, but that is my video for today. Hopefully, if you enjoy astrology, if you like my videos, give it a like, consider subscribing, ring that notification bell, because I do try to send out videos every week, even though I've been a little bit off just because I've been going through a lot at home life, trying to sell the house, trying to get a divorce, trying to get an extra part-time job so that I can, live on my own. It's good times over here. Still dealing with a bunch of medical stuff that I've yet to be able to truly get solutions and answers to. So yeah, life has been a little bit rough and a little bit rocky, but we will get through it and I will be better for it. But I still want to try and keep up with YouTube because I enjoy putting out content. So yeah. And like I said before, just because you may not perfectly match up with a partner, also take into account moon signs and ascendants, and all of that comes into play as well. But from just like a pure sun sign standpoint, this is what has tended to come up, and I do agree with a lot of these. So obviously not everybody is the same, so it may be different for each person, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and that is all I have for you today. As always, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye!